China has a long and established history of borrowing or outright stealing designs, technologies, and even entire aircraft from its competitors, and evidence suggests the nation's premier stealth fighter, the Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon, is no exception. The J-20 was the world's first non-American stealth platform to enter operational service. As the J-20 entered service, many within both the United States and Russia accused the People's Republic of China of stealing their stealth fighter designs to hurry their own jet into service. There is certainly evidence and historical precedent to back up these assertions, but the J-20 doesn't look exactly like any other fifth-generation entry. That's likely not because the J-20 is an entirely original design, however. It's probably because the J-20 steals elements from at least 3 different fighter programs. China's rapid military expansion and modernization have come as a result of massive economic and political efforts. The nation's military, once a sprawling mess of nepotism and corruption, has quickly become one of, if not the dominant military force in the Pacific, with more than 770 vessels and a growing stockpile of highly capable missile systems, much of which is devoted to defending their claims of sovereignty over the entire South China Sea. But there's no denying that China has covered a great deal of proverbial ground in a very short span of time. And if you take a closer look at many of China's large defense initiatives, it becomes clear that their rapid progress comes, in no small part, thanks to an absolutely massive espionage apparatus devoted to culling technical secrets from anyone, including trade partners and friendly nations. Few fields better demonstrate this knack for advancement through theft than Chinese military aviation. As a few brief examples, China's Chengdu J-10 is directly based on intelligence purchased by China from Israel in the 1980 for the defunct Lavi fighter, which was based on America's F-16. The Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon is China's first fifth-generation fighter, with roots dating back to the nation's JXX program that began in the late 1990s. By 2008, some 11 years after the F-22 Raptor's first flight, Chengdu's Project 718 was chosen to move forward as the basis for the nation's first stealth fighter, though the design chosen would see significant revisions in 2014 before being declared combat-ready and put into production in 2017. The single-seat, twin-engine fighter has a wingspan of just more than 42 feet, a bit shy of the F-22-44, and an overall length of 69 feet, 7 inches, considerably longer than the F-22-62. China has struggled to field the jet's intended fifth-generation engines, known as WS-15, expected to produce some 44,000 pounds of thrust each. As a result, today's J-20 fly with either Russian-sourced AL-31 capable of producing 33,000 pounds of thrust each, or more recently China's own equivalent, the WS-10C. The aircraft's top speed is rated as Mach 2, with a combat range of 1,100 nautical miles, and a service ceiling of 66,000 feet. It's capable of carrying 4 medium or long-range missiles inside its primary payload bay, as well as 2 additional short-range air-to-air missiles in small secondary bays on either side of its fuselage. The J-20 is often compared to America's air superiority F-22 Raptor, but technically speaking, it was designed to fill a different role. While the Raptor was always intended to dominate air combat, the J-20 was originally meant to fly deep into enemy territory to conduct strikes against ground targets, more akin to the F-35. However, China has since devoted considerable energy and resources to closing the air combat capability gap, incorporating new systems like thrust vector control into the latest iterations of the platform in order to make it a more dynamic dogfighter. While the J-20 and MiG-1.44 do bear a striking resemblance, there are also a number of apparent differences. That, however, may not suggest Chinese originality, so much as a blending of stolen design elements. The J-20 overall design may pull heavily from the MiG-1.44, but its approach to defeating radar detection borrows more evidently from Lockheed Martin designs for the F-22 Raptor and F-35 Joint Strike Fighter. And while there remains some uncertainty about whether or not China got its hands on designs or materials from the MiG effort, there's no question at all about China's access to American stealth fighter plans. In August of 2014, a Chinese national living in Canada named Su Bin, who also often went by Stephen Su, was arrested for leading a hacking effort to steal over 630,000 files from American aviation firms like Boeing and Lockheed Martin for the Chinese government, including F-22 and F-35 blueprints that would allow China to catch up rapidly with US levels and stand easily on the giant's shoulders, according to his own emails that were entered as evidence. While the J-20 looks most like the MiG 1.44 from a distance, its similarities with both the F-22 and F-35 become striking as you draw closer. The J-20 forward fuselage, particularly its angular nose, shows clear F-22 DNA, and the large air inlets on either side share strong design cues with the F-35. In an overall sense, the J-20 appears to leverage the Lockheed Martin approach to low observable design in an overall shape that was informed, if not directly inspired, by the Mikoyan MiG 1.44 program. Surely, in the development of stealth aircraft, some similarities are going to be dictated by function, but stealth aviation isn't necessarily as limiting as some analysts might have you believe. After all, the F-35 and F-22 were built by the same firm at around the same time, but when considering other American stealth fighter entries that didn't make it into production, jets like Northrop's YF-23 and Boeing's X-32, it seems pretty evident that there's more than one way to spin the low observable category. With that in mind, as well as China's historical tenacity for stealing and absorbing foreign designs for their aircraft, it seems more likely than not that China's J-20 isn't a copy of the MiG 1.44, the F-22 or the F-35 alone. Rather, it's actually a combination of the three, with Chinese engineers choosing their favorite elements from each and simply filling in the blanks in between. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.